Hey guys, I wanted to hop on here really quickly to ask you a question. And the question that I have for you is why do people wait until the last minute to do something about their situation? Let me ask you that again. Why do people wait to the last minute to do something about their situation? And what brought me to ask that question is because my mom called me about a day or two ago, and she basically was calling to ask me what she was putting her will together, and she wanted to know if I wanted anything in particular, and she sounded really somber. And as she was talking, it made me think, because let me backtrack a little bit. My mom was the one who originally motivated me to get in the industry that I am in. So growing up, she was in the fitness and wellness industry, and I grew up. She dragged me to all of her events with her and to her launch of her studio, and I grew up seeing her literally loving, passionate, energetic about health and wellness. And it was back when it wasn't even popular. It wasn't even popular then. There were two or three well-known females, especially in the industry, who were on TV, and it had already exploded in her heart, even though it hadn't exploded and caught on across the globe yet. And she was ahead of the curve, and she was so passionate about it. And then after she had a few things in her life that, most people would consider traumatic experiences, she let it go. She went from eating healthy and working out. And there's a park in St. Louis called Forest Park. She would walk miles in that park every single day. And she was so committed to helping other people with their weight and their wellness goals. And to see her go from that, like literally on a 1 to 10, she was like 100. Her energy was through the roof. And to see her let all of that go after she experienced hardships, and all of a sudden she started to she started drinking. She started not working out at all. She started eating. One day I was at her house and I saw her eat like 8, 9, or 10 pieces of bacon, 5 or 6 or 7 eggs, and I couldn't even believe it because I didn't grow up seeing her eat like this. And she was making that for breakfast, and the smell in there was just so much going on. The smell was making me want to throw up, and she was making that for herself. And seeing her gain all this weight, and seeing her have to go to the doctor and constantly get put on drugs and medications and all this stuff, and nothing was helping. One drug would cause a myriad of other freaking symptoms, just a vicious cycle. And so anyway, so she calls me to tell me that she's asking about what I want, because she's writing her will or updating her will. And she's asking what I want because she has to have heart surgery in a few days. And what makes me, like in most cases, I know for most people, you guys will have emotions of sadness and maybe a little bit of regret or wishing you could do something about it. My emotion is a little different. I am freaking PO'd. I'm freaking PO'd. And let me tell you why I'm PO'd right now. Because I feel like preventative, everybody freaking knows preventative is easier than restorative. Everybody knows that preventative is easier than dealing with the effects of having to get a knife put in your body to get your chest cut open so that your arteries could be worked on, or so your heart could be worked on. And you're not even freaking 65 years old yet. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And how much do you have to deal with before you take action? God puts people into your life with messages. Thank you, Michelle, or your brain. It's people who have to get operations to their brain. And do you know that studies and statistics show that when people have these life-threatening surgeries and invasive surgeries, they come out and do have the same destructive patterns and habits that they had before the surgery? So I always tell people, pick your pain. Pick your pain. Because what I was saying is God put people in your life, and I'm not even talking about me. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be a coach. It could be somebody who you ran into at the grocery store. And these people are put on your path for a specific reason so that you can make new choices in your life, and you still choose to continue on with destructive patterns. And you'd rather pick the pain where you have to pick a phone up and start calling family members saying, what do you want me to leave you in my will? Instead of picking the pain of waking up every day like I freaking do at 4:30 in the morning to work out. Is it going to cost you something? Heck yeah, it's going to cost you something. But I don't have to worry about picking up a phone and calling my family members and saying, what do you want me to leave you? Because I'm about to possibly die because I'm having a freaking invasive surgery at the hands of myself. I blame you. I don't blame anybody else. I don't blame the doctors for prescribing you drugs. I don't blame the people who you work with. I don't blame your community. I don't blame how you were raised. You have to start taking responsibility for your own freaking life. Instead of now, all of a sudden, things are getting to the very end and you're like, maybe I should have done something. Yeah, you're darn right. Maybe you should have done something. People do the same thing with marriages. They wait till the marriage is freaking hanging on by a freaking thong or a shoestring or dental floss before they decide that, maybe we should have worked on communication when we were constantly arguing all the time. Maybe we should have worked on our marriage when I started to notice that the spouse was staying away from home longer and longer and later and later. Maybe we should have made some changes then. Maybe we should have made some changes when we stopped sleeping in the same bed or stopped sleeping in the same room. But no, people don't want to make changes. People don't want to roll up their sleeves and do action. And the sad part is, it is so easy to be in maintenance mode to maintain something good than fix something that's broken. It is so much easier to maintain something that's good than to fix something that's broken. It is so easy for me to maintain. That's why I say I don't ever get sick. I don't ever get fat. Why? Because it's easy for me to maintain my health because I'm not letting it deteriorate to the point where now I need freaking surgery. So I just wonder, when will people learn? When will people learn? What does it take for people to learn? Do they have to lose everything? Do they have to lose their marriage? Do they have to lose their children? Do they have to lose their spouse? Do they have to lose their mom? Do they have to lose their dad? Do they have to lose their mindset? Do they have to lose their emotions and freaking have a nervous breakdown? Do they have to lose everything before they freaking have a wake-up call? There's some people on here, thank goodness for social media. Some of you don't even have to freaking reach in your purse and pull out a dime, and you can get some powerful information that could change your life if you just listen to something that you are put in front of, a message that you are put in front of. But you still won't act. You still freaking find an excuse why it's not a good time, or why maybe that person's not talking to you. There's some people listening right now that's like, well, it's not that serious for me. It doesn't have to be that serious. That's the point that I'm making. How about take action before it's that serious? How about that? Has that ever crossed your skull? Has it ever crossed your skull that maybe, just maybe, you can take action right now on any area of your life that you see that is sinking and going deeper and deeper and deeper, and you're still just observing it like you're not the author of your life, like you're not the writer of your life and the producer and the director. You're all of that. Who are you waiting on to come in and take control? Who are you waiting on to come in and start living your life for you? That's what I want to know. Same thing happened with my dad. Same thing happened with my dad about 5 or 6 years ago. He ended up getting diagnosed with prostate cancer. Every time I met with him, I talked to him about supplementation. I talked to him about mindset. I talked to him about food. I talked to him about fitness. It went in one ear and out the other. And then after he was diagnosed with prostate cancer and he had surgery and they told him he may not be able to go back to work for months and he had more issues and more drugs that he was prescribed, finally he reached out, picked up the phone and called me and said, I want help. I want to make a change. And then the doctors were blown away. He did everything I told him to do. He freaking got his kitchen detoxed, took everything out of his fridge, his pantry that I told him to take out, Went and got the appliances that I told him to get. Sometimes I sit and I'll be talking to a client and I'm sitting up here going through hours of content and giving them all these options on a blender or a juicer, because I'm like, okay, well, you know, if you want to spend the very least and you only want to spend $20, then you can get a freaking juice, what is it called? Jack LaLanne, or you can just go and get a Ninja, or you can go and get this. And it's like, are you kidding me? Why am I breaking my back to sit and give them all these options to take the cheap route out? That is, pay freaking $300 and get you a good blender. Pay freaking $600 and get you a good juicer if it's going to add 10, 15, 20 years to your life. I'm done. I'm done with running circles to try to help people do stuff the freaking cheap way. Because because I'm more vested into their wellness than they are. I'm done. He got everything I told him to get for his kitchen. And he did everything I told him to do. He changed his schedule. He changed his lifestyle. He made time to work out. And the doctors were blown away because he went back to work in record time. They didn't even think he could go back. He went back in days after he listened to what I told him to do. Now, fast forward to the present, 5 years, he's still doing what I told him to do for maintenance because he doesn't want to experience that again. He doesn't want to experience that pain again. He doesn't want to experience the doctors using a knife and cutting open his body to perform surgery again. He doesn't want to experience that again. So in order for him to get a new result, he knows that he has to take new actions. And he knows that clearly he didn't know what to do at first, or he wouldn't have been in that position in the first place. So clearly he needed some guidance. So he was willing to take some steps. And that's what you have to do, guys. And I'm talking from anybody. If you're motivated by or inspired by anybody that you follow online or offline, then now is the time to say, if money is an issue, let me look at their free material. Let me take some of their free advice. And then you have to say, okay, what am I spending money on instead of what I should be spending on for my health or for my body or for my mindset or for my marriage? What am I spending on? And I need to redirect that money to something else. Why on God's green earth are you going getting full body tattoos and you have an extra 50, 60 pounds on your body? Answer that for me. Why on earth are you going out to eat 2 or 3 times a week and your body fat percentage is 35% or more, in the danger zone? Your arteries are clogged. You have issues breathing. You are constantly getting flus and colds. You are constantly having to go see the doctor and get more medication after medication. Why are you still spending money on other things that are making the condition worse? It's making it worse. Like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that there's a time and place for everything. Don't go to the movies this month. Don't go travel this month. Don't go out to eat this month when you can redirect that money to something that can change your life. Like, that's common sense. But people don't get what they need. They get what they want. You might have the newest and greatest and brightest and lightest purse. You might have your Dooney and Burke, okay? You might have the newest perfume or cologne. You might have the newest wardrobe. You're ready for fall, by golly. You're going to look good this fall. You'll sit and spend money on a higher size clothing wardrobe. You don't want to be a size 16, 18, or 20, but you're going to go and reach in your pocket and pay for a bigger size instead of pay for someone who can help you get you to the size you desire to be, a healthy size. If your marriage is failing, why are you on social media? Why are you not doing a social media detox? Why would you be giving anybody attention on social media and your spouse does not have your attention and your marriage is on a shoestring or your marriage is on a freaking dental floss? It's about to break. It's holding on by dental floss. And you mean to tell me you're on social media liking somebody's picture of their cat? Forget the freaking picture of their cat. Go take care of your man. I'm done, guys. I'm done. But I just hope that this live stream has caused you to think about your priorities in life. If I were to ask you what your top 5 priorities are, you would probably easily go down the list of those 5. But if I were to follow you throughout your day to see the actions that you took throughout your day, I know that you would not be prioritizing those 5 things. I would be like, oh, I thought number 1 was your body. I can't tell. Oh, I thought number 2 was your family. I can't tell. There's supposed to be fruit, and there is fruit that's representative of your lifestyle. The fruit is either rotten or ripe. It is either rotten or ripe. And you know the area of your life where the fruit is rotten. So the only thing I'm suggesting is if you have an area in your life where your fruit is rotten, that is a sign that it is time for you to do something to resurrect your tree. It is time for you to give new life to the tree, new oxygen to the tree, new sunlight to the tree, new water and soil to the tree, because the tree can be replenished. But it's going to take some effort for you. It's going to take a desire from you. It's going to take intention from you. It's going to take you letting go of something for a certain amount of time so that you can put the energy, action, and intention into the desire that you want. Until next time, guys, R3 for life.